Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Catherine Ellis, and as a product owner for Clarity, I'm thrilled to walk you through some powerful new capabilities in our latest release, Clarity 16.3.3, specifically focusing on enhancements to task management. Our goal with these updates is to provide greater control and efficiency in how you manage your tasks and overall investment progress. Today, we'll cover key features designed to streamline workflows for both our administrators and our end users. For this demo, I've split our time into two main sections. First, we'll look at the vital administrator configurations that lay the groundwork for these new features. Then we'll dive into the end-user functionality, showcasing how these enhancements directly benefit our individual resources and investment managers in their day-to-day work. Our particular focus today will be on the revolutionary expandable tree in the Tasks module grid layout, which truly transforms how you interact with your task work breakdown structure. Let's get started. Our first stop is the Update% Complete job, which has received some powerful new parameters. This is a significant update for investment managers and administrators alike. The Update% Complete job is critical for tracking progress. Previously, it processed all flagged investments and didn't include milestones. Now, administrators can precisely target which investments are updated and crucially incorporate milestone status into the overall progress calculation, providing a more accurate and realistic view of the actual progress made. As an administrator, Ian navigates within Classic to Home, and then under Jobs, searches and finds the Update% Complete. Ian has already set up some various saved parameter configurations, providing a quick method to launch the pre-configured job on demand or to schedule it as usual with these new parameters. When you open the job properties, you'll immediately see a new parameters section to specify criteria for running the job. For example, you can select a specific project or custom investment name, or filter by investment manager or OBS unit. This ensures the job only processes the relevant investments. Most importantly, we now have the option to include milestones when updating task status. By checking this box, the job will factor in the status of the milestones when rolling up the % complete, giving you a more comprehensive and realistic project update. Alternatively, running the job without this new parameter results in the familiar existing outcome of the milestone task status not included in the calculation, because they do not have a duration, nor do they allow for assignments to log actual effort. This targeted approach ensures a more efficient job execution and provides a more accurate reflection of your investment progress, especially for projects with critical milestones. As an administrator, remember to review your existing job schedules post-upgrade, as you might want to leverage these new parameters. Next up, let's talk about the assignment object. Administrators now have granular control over its attributes using Field Level Security, or FLS. This is a big win for data governance and resource management. Administrators can now precisely control which users can view or edit specific fields on the assignment object, ensuring data integrity and enforcing best practices. This also unlocks the ability to edit the assignment etc scalar field directly in the new user experience, a highly requested feature. From within the administration workspace, locate and click on the Attributes tile. This is where we manage attributes across various objects. Attributes related to the assignment object are already listed. This object has both the TSV per period attribute and the etc scalar field. Let's enter a distinctive label for the scalar field. Before further security configuration, let's create a tooltip. You'll see the option to set the secure flag. By enabling Secure, you can then specify which security groups have view access, and which have edit access to this specific field. If you want the field to remain read-only and visible, as it was in the prior release, the secure flag must be set and the access view must be set to all users. For purposes of our demonstration later for the end user, let's allow some users permissions to edit this scalar etc field. After upgrading to release 16.3.3, the administrator can review the use of the assignment etc scalar field's access and make these changes, along with the other fields in this object. Our next administrative control concerns how parent tasks are returned when filtering, a feature we'll see for end users shortly. This feature toggle provides administrators with control over a default system behavior that greatly enhances the end user task visibility. While beneficial by default, the ability to disable it for specific organizational needs ensures temporary flexibility to roll out this new feature. From within the administration workspace, locate and click on the Feature Toggles tile. Locate the toggle named Return Parent Tasks when filtering on task timeline layouts in Investments. You'll see that this feature is enabled by default. This means that when the users apply filters on task timelines, parent tasks will automatically be included for context, giving you X-ray vision into your projects or custom investments. Now you'll always see the big picture, not just isolated tasks. While it's highly recommended to keep this enabled for better visibility, administrators have the option to temporarily disable it here for this release. This toggle will become permanently enabled in a future release. It's important to note that disabling this toggle only impacts the timeline layout inside an Investments task module, not on the expandable tree in the grid layout, which always returns the parent tasks to maintain its WBS structure. With those foundational administrative configurations in place, let's now transition to what these enhancements mean for our end users. We'll explore how these new features streamline Clarity's task management, improve visibility, and boost productivity for investment staff and managers. Our Spotlight feature for end users is undoubtedly the expandable tree. Along with that, we'll explore the other new features listed here in the demonstration. One of the most exciting new capabilities is the expandable tree in the task grid layout. This transforms how you interact with your project's WBS. I'll use a master project with external dependent tasks and a subproject for our focused demonstration, but this functionality is also available within custom investments. Navigate to your investment task module. Make sure that you're in the grid layout. In the View Options menu, you'll now find Show Expandable Tree. Select this and your flat task list is immediately transforming into an interactive hierarchical expandable tree. You can now easily expand and collapse parent tasks to focus on specific sections of your project, and crucially, you'll see your subprojects and external dependent tasks seamlessly integrated in the WBS. The real power comes with the right-click Context menu. This is your new command center. Do you need to add a new task at the same level? Use Insert Sibling. Do you need to create a subtask under a phase or a summary task? Then use Insert Child. The Copy with Children option is a massive time saver. duplicating the entire phase, summary, or activity group of tasks quickly. This level of direct manipulation within the grid is truly a game changer for efficiency. Here we've added the initiation phase, and here it is again with the children tasks added. You can right-click and delete individual rows, or you can select multiple rows to delete the tasks. The expandable tree is now available in the modal for the Copy From action, making it much easier to select tasks from other investments. Previously, the Copy From action was only available from the timeline. Here in the grid layout, the Copy From action is now available, allowing you to pull in tasks from another investment and return back to this layout. Once the investment is selected and you navigate into page 2, you now have the opportunity to change the flat grid into the expandable tree. This view allows you to collapse and expand the structure for the full context of all tasks. For this example, if you wanted to copy this phase, select it. You can copy it with the children, or you can selectively just pick this one phase task and bring it into the investment. I'll proceed to copy this phase with the children tasks. That'll bring it into our investment. Collapsing all levels of the WBS, the newly added tasks copied from the other investment has been added to the bottom of our plan. The ability to filter and have parent tasks returned is very exciting. When you filter your tasks, the expandable tree ensures you always maintain context, automatically returning the parent tasks so you'll never lose sight of the bigger picture. For this demo, I'll filter for milestone tasks. The phase tasks are not milestones. However, they are returned when you do the filtering. When you expand all the tasks, you can now see in context where these milestones are located. And in this example, this particular milestone has a successor-dependent external task, and that external task is always returned when the local task is returned with the results. This is a master project which has a subproject. The subproject proxy task is always returned alone or with the subproject tasks matching the filtering, as in this case, where we see the milestone task from the subproject. This contextual filtering even applies to the timeline view, which can temporarily be disabled with the administrative feature toggle. Let's take a look at the timeline, and here you can see the same results. You have your phases and your milestones and subproject proxy task and any subproject milestones. Let's return back to the grid. It's important to note that when using filtering in the timeline or in the expandable tree, any of the external tasks or subproject tasks are automatically included in the results. You can filter out subproject proxy tasks and all the related subproject tasks using the field called Is Subproject. By selecting No in the filter chip, it will remove the subproject proxy task and all subproject tasks that might match the criteria. Now you no longer see the subproject or the milestone in the results. The external tasks don't currently have a flag to use for filtering them out of the results. They'll always appear. So as a reminder, the hierarchical grid and the timeline both will return the parent tasks, the external tasks, and the subproject proxy task and any related subproject tasks, but not when you go to the flat grid. So let's turn off the expandable tree option. You don't see any parent tasks, external tasks or sub-projects now. If you want to export the data from the grid into a CSV file when you're in the expandable tree grid mode, you'll get the same results as you would from the flat list. It does not export the new expandable tree list of tasks. If we turn on the expandable tree grid and we do the export to CSV, you'll only see those items from the flat list. Here in the CSV output, opened in Excel, there are 5 tasks that meet the filter criteria of a milestone. It did not include the parent, the external task, or the sub-project tasks. With this new exciting expandable tree, our project managers can now manage more actions through Clarity and may prefer not to use external schedulers like Open Workbench or MSP. Removing these actions from the Tasks menu makes the interface cleaner and more intuitive and reduces visual clutter. Navigate to your project's Properties page. Locate the Scheduler Format field. By selecting None, you're explicitly telling Clarity that this project will be managed solely within the new user experience, without external scheduling tools. Now, when you navigate to your project's Task module and open up the Actions menu, you'll immediately notice the difference. All irrelevant schedulers' actions are gone. This applies to each of the layouts: timeline, grid, and board. You'll notice on the board layout, because the multiple actions were removed, the Actions button is labeled for just the one action to launch the PPM Gantt. This significantly cleans up your interface, making the Tasks module more streamlined and focused on the actions that truly matter for your Clarity managed project. Now let's look at updating the assignment etc scalar field, which is a great example of both the end-user efficiency and administrative control working together. As a project manager from the Investments Task module, navigate to any task, open the Details, and select its Assignments tab. Locate the etc scalar field for the assignment. Dana, as a member of the Security Access Group allowed to edit the field, can now simply click in on the value to enter an updated estimate. This direct edit functionality dramatically improves the efficiency of updating resource estimates as an alternative to entering data in the per-period metrics. We also need to ensure data integrity and role-based access. Let's switch to the view of a team member. For this user, when they navigate into the same Assignments tab, you'll notice that the ETC field is not editable. The user can view it, but they cannot change it. This is thanks to the field-level security that our administrators configured, ensuring that only authorized individuals can modify critical data like estimates, maintaining the accuracy and reliability of our resource plans. Further control can also be applied through specific business rules on the associated blueprint for the assignment etc scalar field. Maintaining laser-focused control through FLS or business rules ensures data integrity and best practices. Now let's log in again as Dana to see how including milestones in the Update % Complete job truly benefits our project manager for reflecting an accurate status at all levels of the WBS. The Able Payments module's percent calculation method is set to use duration. Within the task plan, we can see the first phase has only one task, a completed milestone. The second phase has a status of started because one of the non-milestone child tasks is started. The task status of the deployment and closing phases do not reflect an update to include the milestone status. Let's collapse the WBS so we can focus on the status of the phases. Now we'll run the job to update the percent complete. Our administrator has set up a page to access the list of jobs. Dana may want to run this job on a regular basis for her specific projects or custom investments, so she can create a job with saved parameters to quickly access it when she wants to run it on demand. Let's create the job with the saved parameters by selecting Dana as the investment manager and by selecting the option to include milestones when updating the task status. Now let's execute the job and return to the project. We can now see the status of several phases of the project has been updated. Expanding the phases, we can see how and why this happened using the new option. The initiation phase is now complete. Note, if there are any external tasks, their status is not taken into consideration for the rollup. The deployment and quality phase is now started. Although the milestone is completed, there are other tasks within the phase that are not yet completed, and therefore the rollup status is set to started. The closing phase status is now shown as started. Although there are other tasks within the phase that are not yet started, the milestone has started and is included in the rollup calculation. It is important to note that if the job is executed again without the new parameter, the job will update the status without the milestones. So let's run the job again without the parameter. Now, returning back into the task list, you can see the status of the phases reflect the outcome of the job without using the new parameter. So as you can see, you have the flexibility with this new functionality to either include the milestones or not include the milestones in your update percent complete job rollup. Finally, let's look at some important new fields for managing task dependencies. These provide greater clarity and filtering capabilities. Enhanced information for the dependencies of the tasks are now visible, which means you no longer need to navigate to the dependent task itself to get its key dates or status. It's all visible directly from the dependency record. Additionally, on the properties of any task, there's a new field called Has Dependencies. This is a simple Boolean field. Its real power comes in filtering. You can now easily filter your entire task list to show only tasks where Has Dependencies equals yes. This helps you quickly identify all tasks that are linked to others, providing a clear overview of your project's interconnected work. The data is now available from any page where the task object fields are available, such as this expandable tree grid, the flat grid, the board, or the timeline here in the Investment Tasks module, and in other pages using the Task Object Data Provider. To recap, in Clarity 16.3.3, we delivered a revolutionary expandable tree in the Tasks grid, offering unparalleled WBS management with powerful right-click actions and contextual filtering. The ability for project managers to streamline their UI by removing irrelevant scheduler actions. Direct editing of the assignment etc scalar field for better resource forecasting with control via field level security or business rules. A more accurate % complete rollup that now includes milestone task status. And more informative task dependency fields for better visibility. These enhancements collectively empower you to manage your tasks with greater visibility, control, and efficiency than ever before. Thank you for your attention. This concludes the Task Management section for Clarity Release 16.3.3.